Oh man. So I don't have much time because I got to run soon and I'm flying by the seat of my pants today. But I wanted to give you a small update about how my appointment with Master Lee went. Yes, Lisa came with me, and holy fuck, this is definitely one of the top three experiences of my life. Morgan, what the hell happened? That. Oh, okay. So I'm sure you're familiar with almost like his temp, kind of like a template process, right? He lays you down, he puts the dots on your ankles, the dots on the base of the neck, and then he's like, okay, just breathe into this spot on your neck and breathe out your ankles, like the ones on your ankles, and I'll be back. And in that process, I went into some deep, deep conscious connected breath work. Holy, some of the deepest breath work I've ever tapped into. And it was funny because I'm laying there like, what are those things you just put on my body? Is that what's helping with the breath work? Like, going into that thought process. And he came back in afterwards and, you know, oh, I forgot to mention, what a beautiful soul Master Lee is. Like, the amount of light this man embodies, the pure joy, like just being, now I understand why. I think it was his wife. I don't know if it's his wife but the woman that was sitting at the desk afterwards, she was saying to us like, oh, the other day there was like this harem of girls outside the front door. They had brought a picnic to share with Master Lee. And they were like, we don't have an appointment, but we just want to be here to be close to the energy. Now I get it. I get it. So anyways, I'm laying there after this breath work and he's asking me questions, it's my birthday. How old am I? Do I have kids? I say no. He laughed. He's like, smart. Kids are headaches. And that's when he went into this process of, the first part of it was basically envision. I want you to envision your trauma leaving the body, the past being in the past, like that sort of stuff. And Morgan, the moment at that point when he put his hand on this specific point on the back of mine, and I felt the electricity shoot through my body like I was getting electrocuted, I erupted into cosmic laughter just because I'm like, what is going on? As he just blew my fucking mind, running his hands over like my head, my hands, my feet. Look at my hands, look at my hands, pulling like the trauma out of my finger. I swear to God, when he did that, I thought my fingernail had popped off. It was so intense. And then he's like, okay, now I want you to envision your future, like who you want to, what you want your future to be, but not as something that's coming, as something that's already here. And then he puts his finger on my third eye and same thing, electricity shooting through my brain like crazy. I was so charged afterwards. It was unbelievable. I was laughing and crying and I could barely get off the table. And I go into the waiting room with bulging eyes while Lisa was finishing up, and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? That was amazing. Losing my mind, trying to process what had happened. And it was so great because the room totally filled up by the time we were finishing our treatments. And there was a woman next to me that was like, oh yeah, I've been seeing Master Lee for so long that when I first started seeing him, it only took a month between appointments. I don't know if you rebooked, but now they're into January of next year. Isn't that wild? I mean, it's not. It's totally understandable, but it's also wild. I've never heard of anything like that. And the woman next to her was a first timer. And she looked at me like, oh. And the woman at the desk was like, yeah, yeah. She points to me. She's like, she's a first timer too. Like, did you have fun? Did you like it? And I'm like, oh my God, wait until you experience this. I'm like, again, bulging eyes. I'm glowing. I'm grinning from ear to ear. I could have sworn that my hair was standing on end. Like it was ridiculous. And then the best part is, and there was like, fuck. Oh, you may have seen the way the room was filled, 4 or 5 other people. Anyways, Lisa comes out of the room. She's in the same state I am. She's laughing and crying and falling all over, eyes wide, like, what just happened? She sees me. I see her. We both lose it, laughing, 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 like, what just? We're like hugging each other and looking into each other's eyes, like, like pure delight. It was ridiculous, while everyone in the room was like, oh Lord, wow, they're really feeling it. And the woman at the desk was like, oh yeah, this happens sometimes, you know, sometimes people come out crying, but sometimes they come out laughing like this. You just never know. You never know. I thought that was so great. So anyways, that was a magical experience. Thank you so much for that recommendation. And I'm already looking forward to the next appointment, but also eager to see what will shift and integrate from this point forward. I'm really intrigued. And I would love to hear how your session went and maybe how it compares to the previous sessions you've had with him. Because now that I've had the experience, I have a whole new appreciation for the experiences you've had previously, which you told me about. But it's like you told me about them. I'm like, yeah, wow, that sounds amazing. But I really couldn't grasp what that actually meant. So amazing. All right, I got to run, Morgan. I hope you're having, well, the long weekend starting. I hope you have a magnificent weekend, that it's nourishing, that you get some good rest, that you enjoy the sunshine, that you spend time with those you love. And yeah, when you get the chance, let me know what you think of the finalized manuscript. Talk to you later.